Good morning from Tippy, the bad cat. The bad cat, you're making me sneeze because you keep trying to lick my coffee. Ooh, guess who's here real early this morning? Oh my God, y'all. How can we ever go back to school? I'm never going to be able to get up early again. Nor do I go to bed at like 2 o'clock every night. I'm a natural night owl anyway, but obviously I can't do that when we have school. But it's a real problem for me. No, I set the alarm because I have a planning meeting today. Oh, frick. Is this not a supporter video? Oh, hell. Well, y'all are... This was supposed to be a supporter video. Clearly, it's not. Make sure I'm not, like, showing my life. Oh, God. I wouldn't have done this. So, I have the supporter group. Let me turn off the damn TV. I have a supporter group, and we do videos every morning, and I'm not going to tell y'all what we talk about, because y'all are all too cheap to pay, like Mary Keelan Ross. I just pressed the thing, stop and start over. No, Megan, I'll do the supporter video after my big meeting this morning. It's fine. Let's go ahead and give them a freebie while we're here. Oh, this is so interesting to have such a group to talk to. Me and the cat. Well, I've reached the part in the pandemic where I'm like a college student. So at night, I eat like a full meal at, 10. Well, I argue with the cat. See? You gonna talk on the phone? And then last night, I got up and ate. I've really hit a low point. Just a Krispy Kreme donut. What the hell? Okay, I want your opinion, and I am a supporter. If schools go remote, do you think teachers should be required to go to buildings for work? Oh my gosh. Well, you know what, Brooke, maybe we'll have a Q&A supporter this afternoon. The fourth meal. I don't even know what meal it is. It's mainly me eating and buying cat toys. Look. I've really hit a low point. Okay, so today we have, for my county, right, we don't know what anybody's doing. So now Wake County has added shit to the show, Russell's awake, by saying they're not doing Plan B or Plan C, they're doing Plan B transitional. And this friend of mine, Westry, she said, we've been hoodwinked. Oh God, dying. Y'all, do we really think we can go back? I know my district wants to, and hell, I want them to. We all want them to. Vicky just said somebody bought that cat toy and the cat peed in it. Holy frick. So, I want to go back to school. But y'all, let's talk about Thomas for a minute. You have a donut crumb on your chin? Shut up. Do I really? Let me see. Oh, see it. When Thomas started kindergarten, I remember thinking, I have this friend, Brooke Rich, and she never missed a day of school in 13 years. And I was like, that's amazing. We're going to do that. On day 2 of kindergarten, Thomas had the pukes. He had the pukes. So he immediately had to miss school. Anytime anybody gets sick, aren't they going to have to go home? And are the rest of the kids going to have to quarantine? Till the test comes back? I just cannot... I can't wrap my mind around that. It just doesn't, like, so let's just say, I don't know, we don't do that. There is no policy in writing. So other districts, I have not seen any in North Carolina, but particularly Tennessee, there are long, long documents that talk about if a teacher is exposed, this is what we do. All those questions have to be answered, and they haven't been answered. I mean, you cannot. Anyway, yes, once teacher gets sick, like you really do have to answer all those questions. Just like when you go get your driver's test, they put you through all these things before they give you a license. So anyway, a cough sends you home in childcare in Asheville. So we had a real, and how is contract tracing going to work? I mean, is contract tracing even like a thing? I mean, I'm not a doctor, I just play one on TV. But contract tracing, I mean, how do you do that when like a billion people get it? Meanwhile, Disney World is open, and we're talking about contract tracing? Sorry. High and middle school teachers have multiple classes. Yes, I know. I just don't. I just cannot figure out how we can go, because I think our school system really wants to have. We have a big new school building, so we could have 50% capacity. But if we end up with 600 kids at school, tell me how long is it going to be before somebody gets sick, and not COVID, just sick. Anyway. And then the parents are expected to go get the COVID test. And what if they don't get it? Or what if they lie about the results because they want their kids to go to school? I mean, last year I had a friend whose child threw up and then she sent him to school. I mean, this is a normal person. People send people to school when they're sick. Or they like plug them with Tylenol. I mean, I know these things. I don't really understand Wake County's thing, Melissa. I need to read it carefully. I do think it's just so the NFL players are getting tested every day. President Trump gets tested every day. Like, we have no plans. The damn cat's going to kill me. Stop it, kitty. I don't know. I don't mean to laugh, but I mean, y'all, we know about school and parents and kids. Yes, Julie said, I'm a school nurse and I babysit kids who are sent to school with 103 fevers all the time. Right. CDC is a new guideline. Mandy Cohen talked about the exposure does not mean you need to go get a test. Oh. Well, she certainly would know better than me. But I do have a few opinions if you live in North Carolina. So Governor Cooper said yesterday, you need to wear a mask to help your fellow men. Period. President Trump yesterday said, wear a mask. You might not like a mask, but you need to wear a mask. Dan Forrest has a party last night. He's running for governor. In Fuquay Arena, there's one mask in a packed room, and he won't wear a mask. And then bitches that North Carolina, isn't making school plans. You effer, wear the frickin' mask. I'm telling y'all, you cannot vote for somebody as a governor who won't wear a mask right now. Like, what are we, Florida? Sorry. But I mean, that's embarrassing. So my son Thomas is going to Episcopal High School in Alexandria, Virginia. Episcopal has a very serious plan to get back to school. There are, I'm sure, lots. Dan Forrest promised vouchers yesterday, telling parents to send kids to private schools. Shut up, Tracy. Send me about that. Episcopal has lots of liberal people there, and lots of very conservative people there. But I will tell you, if this cat, stop, Russell, come get this cat. It's biting me. Ah, stop. I mean, this is just normal life. What was I saying? Fuck, now I can't remember. Has Dan even offered a plan? Adrian, it's early, too early. I know. What was I saying? There's something about Dan Forrest annoying me. Oh, hell. Dan Forrest. Not wearing a mask. Oh, having the party. Russell, come get this cat. It's hanging on my leg. Oh, Episcopal High School. So, a wide range of politics, right, at Episcopal. And people that are in charge. You cannot say this is, put them in a box. But you know what the overwhelming consensus was that I talked to on the video? We are wearing masks. Now, isn't it interesting that a group of educated people are able to make a decision that has nothing to do with their personal belief system, right? So Episcopal says, we're wearing masks. No one's saying, well, a mask is going to take away my freedom. They want to go to school and use research. I'm telling you, people need to wear masks. Lots of liberals and lots of conservatives. Yes, I mean, it's just true. Burgermeister posted yesterday. Charter school grants. Look. I have a cat for sale. Does anybody want a cat? A bad cat. So, anyway. So, I don't know. I got to get on this meeting at 9. Who knows what school will look like? I think everybody's desperate to go. We all want to go. Everybody wants to go. But we have got to be able to answer these questions to go before we go. Don't we? I tell you who's going is you. You're going to school. On vacation at Ocracoke, a ton of compliance here. So many kids are leaving for charters that are open. You know, all I know is Miami had some day camps that started, and within about 10 seconds, they've had to close all of them because of COVID. And no, I know some other camps have been able to have, I think the cat has fleas. Some other camps have been able to do okay, but most camps haven't had camp, you know? Anyway, y'all, I mean, this is unprecedented. Put this cat in Russell's room. Come get your cat. I have been yelling at you. The cat is biting me. I'm locking the cat up. Russell just said, tiptoe. You're not allowed to get Adrian. Like that I'm Adrian. Our district has lost. So one district near us, Perquimans, their superintendent, Tanya Turner, who used to be in our district, who I really like, she sent out a letter and said, hey, for all you homeschool families, we'd love for you to sign up for school. And, you know, we have teachers and all this stuff. And I thought that was brilliant. Like, let's recruit homeschool families. Right? And honestly, if you're going to private school, you can just sign up for public too. Be worth a start. All I know is my children could have handled 2 schools curriculum. Now, I think this fall is going to be different, right? We're drowning in information and starving for wisdom. I don't feel like I'm even drowning in information. I feel like people just don't know. But I hate for our schools to work so damn hard to get ready, you know? I am teaching a class with 9 students with autism. Have you found a way to keep your son with a mask on? Well, you don't, children with disabilities do not have to wear a mask for medical reasons. So your school is not going to require it. I think I'm mainly concerned for our teachers, though, of exceptional children. I need to reach out to Amos's teacher. So Amos doesn't wear a mask. You know, he's putting that teacher in harm's way. And that's a lot to ask of a teacher, right? You know, it's a lot. And I feel that pressure. I think we have a lot of these, like, well, teachers, you know, just don't want to get back to work. Well, y'all, that ain't true. I mean, you're asking teachers, like, I know when my kids, if they go back to school, like, we're not going to be able to see our grandparents anymore. There's too much exposure, you know, and I don't know. Teachers feel the same way. Teachers want to go to work. I mean, they're teachers. It's just like teachers are supposed to be martyrs, yet NFL players are complaining way more than teachers, and they make about a zillion times more money. But we cater to them. Anyway. I think in my state, if people would wear the frickin' mask, we'd be a lot better off, personally. Yes, so this morning somebody asked me, I have a meeting at 9 about for our district, like a planning meeting, because they're going to submit a plan for the school board to vote on. And yeah, my sister teaches pre-K students with autism. She finished her last round of chemo. Well, Melissa, I hope she's not going back. So our school is doing something great. They are offering for some teachers to be virtual teachers, which I think is really smart if we go back, so that teachers aren't having to juggle both things. So anyway, I think that's a good idea. I would encourage anybody to take advantage of that plan that was immunocompromised. If folks decide to homeschool and then enroll in the school after day 20, then the school loses funds. Yeah, exactly, Tracy. Go ahead and sign up for Virtual Academy and then unenroll after day 20 if you don't like it. That way our public school system doesn't get annihilated on money. All we need is for you to show up on day 21. There are school employees who are able to work but unable to wear masks for long periods of time, who said they will not teach kids who won't dare wear masks. You know, Carol, I guess I'm in a teacher's group, and there was a teacher that was just adamant that children were going to wear a mask in her classroom. So while I'm being sympathetic towards teachers, I also found myself very annoyed with that conversation, because it's not true. Children in her classroom do not have to wear a mask if they cannot wear a mask. And so I think, and now that teacher didn't have any health reason. They were just being, you know, acting like Lieutenant Dan. So I don't think they can do that. I think if we had the people that really couldn't wear a mask, not wearing masks, it would not be a problem. But the reality is the people not wearing masks are the people that equate wearing a mask to a microchip. Y'all, that's like equating wearing a seatbelt to getting microchipped. Like, I have never seen, that is the dumbest analogy on the planet. Sorry. Ooh, y'all helped me wake up. I felt like it was the middle of the night 20 minutes ago. But seriously, a microchip, a mask, it's a 4-inch piece of fabric. Put the damn thing on and shut up. Oh, and speaking of that, did y'all order my t-shirts? I'll put the link on. Don't be a mask hole. It's done very well. I think I've sold like 400 of them. They're getting ready to go to shipment. Also, Carry On Mofos, which my 14-year-old was horrified with. This is too bad. I can't help it. What else? Craven County you're committed for the first semester. So Molly, that is the same way our county has discussed it. And one idea that I would have is if we go, it'd be nice to have like a 6-week option, just because. So what we've talked about doing is asking parents to drive. If you can drive and not ride the bus, please drive. Right? So what if we said, if you can stay home and do virtual school, please do that through October 15th. That way we could keep our numbers lower at school and we could give it a try. I would be willing to do that. I have the ability to stay home with my children. Might not love it, but I can do it. Now, I would love to send Amos, but I could keep the other two here. So that's I think that's probably my biggest suggestion. 1 to a seat, 24 kids on the bus. If you want a mask shirt, I'll put the link on here in a minute. But you need to become a supporter, because this is the kind of shit we talk about every day. We're solving the world's problems for $5 a month. I mean, that's nothing. My children spend that more on Robux without me knowing, like every hour. No, I'm just kidding. It's half true though. People, how do they buy things? I'm like, my husband sends me these Apple lists. Somebody spent on, and it's usually Amos. I would like some sort of Apple agreement where I can have all the apps I want for free and buy things on them for children with disabilities. They're planning one. I mean, so these are all these questions, and it's exhausting. I mean, nobody knows. I think it'd be way smarter to just say, let's let Florida go back to school, and North Carolina's going to wait a month, and we're just going to see what in the hell happens. And if they do all right, then come on, let's go. Pre-calculus. Well, Kristen, I don't remember pre-calculus, and you know why? Because I never got that far in math. I think I started taking trigonometry, is that pre-calculus? When I was like a senior, and I had to drop it at Salem Academy because I couldn't get over a 40 on a quiz. True story. I mean, let's just go ahead and be honest. I didn't break 1,000 on the SAT. Bad times. Bad times. I must have gotten smarter as I got older. In college, I took exploring with math and voting methods or polling methods or something. But then I took a bunch of statistics in grad school and I did fine. Oh, I'm glad you found the page too. Asked for him to take it on North Carolina Virtual Public School. I barely broke 1,000. Robux. Oh God, I'm sure there's some like predator after her. But you know what? I cannot worry about Roblox predators because I can't take these children anymore. I mean, how can they spend this much time on technology? And what am I supposed to do with them? It is hot as hell outside. So we can go out for like 3 hours. We're all getting way too much sun. I mean, it's bad times in New York State, and we're all grappling. If you had told me we would be talking about this right now, I wouldn't have believed you. So I have been watching this, I'm real into the Spanish flu. Oh my God, then I've got to get off. I'm real into talking about the Spanish flu because it seems very similar. And last night, somebody sent me an article about this guy that they equate to Fauci and how he wanted people to wear masks, blah, blah, blah. He lost his job. They even look the same. Colleges say they're excited for kids to come back, and we just found out all classes are virtual. Oh, where's that, Melissa? Outschool.com. When I read that, I saw outhouse.com. I was about to say that would be in a minute. I know. Joyce, all Amos does is come up to me and said, help, help. And then it says purchase for $1.99. And then I purchase it. And before the purchase is even done, Amos says, what does the thing always say? You're all set. He'll say, oh, yeah, all set. All my son's classes at NC State are virtual currently. Well, you know, these darn universities just want people back. Can we please talk about the fact that we've heard no decision about college football? Does anybody think we're having college football? I mean, we know we all want college football, but I almost feel like it's children like dying to believe in Santa Claus. The idea that we're going to have college football, I mean, it's like waiting for the Easter Bunny to hop in the room. Anyway. Oh, we do love Michael Sasser, Leanne. He was your principal? I really enjoy him. It was Berger, not Dan, promoting vouchers. Oh, well, Dan promotes vouchers too. I like that Dan Forrest complains about, you know, no plans for the state, and then he's on the North Carolina Board of Education, and he hasn't been to half the meetings since March because he's been campaigning. Don't complain about education if you can't go to the frickin' meetings. Just in case you wondered what I was thinking, I will tell you. Okay, supporters, I'll see y'all, when's it going to be? My supporters, we will have our video this afternoon over a drink, 5 o'clock, painkiller supporter meeting. And I shall be putting up the link to the Don't Be a Mask Hole Carry On mofo shirt. Carry on, people.